Hi darlings and fossas. I just googled this animal and it's beautiful. It can also mean a shallow depression, so I meant the animal. I noticed that you liked my video about the food we eat here in Finland on Christmas. So I thought, why not introducing you to some usual food, something we eat on an everyday basis here. And something you probably want to try if you're visiting Finland and you want to experience some local tastes. First food you have to try then is the salmon soup, and it's probably one of my favorites. There are different varieties on how to make it, but it's always creamy. It has salmon, potato and leek. On top of that there can be something more or something less. I think dill is also a must ingredient because, as we know, dill and salmon are buddies, best friends forever. And this soup is something really common in Finland. Kids eat that in schools. I make it at home a lot. I sometimes buy, ready-made soup from markets, and it's okay. I mean, it's better to make it yourself, but it's still okay. It has all the traditional flavors. And you can taste this soup in many places, for example, on the market square or in the old market hall in Helsinki. And last time I was in a restaurant called Lulu, which is actually a great traditional place to visit because you can visit sauna at the same time, and it's right on the seashore in a beautiful surroundings. There in Lulu was lohikeitto right on the menu list, and it was good. Second traditional food is the Karelian pie. It's a pastry originally from Karelia, and it usually has a rye dough and also a rice inside, but it's pretty soft. It's more like a rice porridge. And you can find a variety of these pies. You can find them with potato, with carrots, but the rice one is like the most traditional one. It's also a very common food to eat. I like to eat it for breakfast, but you can find it in different places. For example, if you are attending some kind of big event, usually there can be like a cocktail, like small Karelian pies. It's really cute. They are usually with different toppings, but the most common and traditional topping for a Karelian pie is munavoi. Munavoi is egg with butter, and don't be immediately like EU, because there is more egg than butter. Now there is one thing to know about Karelian pies. They have traditional specialty guaranteed status in Europe. What does it mean? It means that there are specific rules how exactly you make the pies, and there are exact ingredients that you can include so that you can call it a Karelian pie. If you change even something, even a little bit, you cannot call it a Karelian pie. And in many places you can find pies which are made in the same way, but the original recipe is not that original. So because of this law they call it riisipiirakka, which means a rice pie. In my opinion, it's still something traditional to try. They are really good, and it's the same kind of idea and the same kind of flavors, so don't be disappointed if you cannot find a Karelian pie but you can find a rice pie. It's still kind of the same thing. You know Santa lives in Finland, right? And you know he has a lot of reindeer. So those that don't behave well, we eat. I'm just kidding, we eat any reindeer. And you can eat it and find it cooked in so many ways. You can find soups with reindeer, you can find cheese with reindeer, you can find cold cuts, you can find it sauteed. Actually, sauteed reindeer with mashed potatoes and lingonberry jam is something very traditional. Anyways, just try it if you eat meat in general. It's something unique. And Santa won't be angry at you because he probably eats that as well. Another traditional thing to try is Lapis cheese. We kind of call it leipäjuusto, which means bread cheese. And it sounds perfect because it's like 2 in 1. You don't need bread and cheese on top of the bread because you already have a bread cheese. You can put it in salads, or you can eat it as a dessert, which I really like to do. I put cloudberry jam on top, which is another Nordic specialty because Cloudberries usually grow in Nordic countries. They can survive really harsh minus temperatures. So actually eating that cheese as a dessert as I do it usually, it can be 2 in 1 because you can try 2 Nordic specialties in one. I heard that somewhere they call this cheese squeaky cheese because of the funny noise it makes when you chew it. And it really does. It feels weird on your teeth and it makes this weird squeaky sound. I would totally recommend to taste it. Another local specialty is Licorice. Yeah, they will probably tell you it was made in Austria or I don't know where, but somewhere else. But no, it was actually made in Finland, so it's a very, very traditional candy. But if you want to go hardcore on yourself, you can try salmiakki, which is licorice with salt and pepper. And believe it or not, this is a beloved candy among the kids in Finland. This is something they wait for and something you get as a reward or something you can eat only on your candy day. Personally, I like salmiakki, but the best thing about it is when I have couch surfers or, you know, some tourist friends. I just love buying salmiakki, giving it to them and just see their faces cringe and just go like crazy and spitting out this beautiful candy. So, are you brave enough to try it? There is probably more food that I cannot remember at the moment, but this is certainly a good start in trying Finnish food. Thank you so much for watching and stay curious. Bye!